I also want to make it clear to the public that the issue before us, as of the time we refer this matter to the Ethics and Privileges Committee, had nothing to do with sexual harassment. Section 60 of the Nigerian Constitution confers on this Parliament the constitutional right to regulate its own procedure, and Section 1, subsection B of our rules book also makes it clear by reiterating that constitutional authority granted to us by Section 60 of our rule of the Constitution, giving us the right to regulate our procedure. And suspension, as far as we are concerned, is the only alternative to the kind of anarchy that the nation witnessed in the past. It is the candid opinion of this leadership, in consultation with distinguished senators here, that we do not only stand united around our mandate, but that we also communicate this clearly to members of the Nigerian public, by moving a vote of confidence in the Senator Godswill Akpabio leadership of this Senate, and in also thanking the entire senators for the ways they have handled this matter. I thank you, and I so move.
The Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleagues. Having listened very carefully to the presentation of a very able, dynamic, and erudite Senate leader, I'm convinced to want to support unequivocally the motion moved by the Senate leader. Having explained to the whole world that the deliberation of this Senate was based on the matter that happened in this chamber on the 5th of February, and that we are guided by our rules, I therefore moved that I second the motion on vote of confidence on the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, of the capacity and capability, because it's leading us well. I so second.
That there's no point talking about an issue that has been dealt with by the Senate. It has been dealt with, it's been lying with our system, and that we should do away with that. Since the matter is before the court of law, we should allow the court to decide, and therefore not to get distracted and get focused. The budget has just been passed. We need to start looking at the budget and make sure that it's fully implemented for the benefit of our people. This is what he's saying. As a leader of the Senate, he just wants us to be on track, not to get distracted, to be focused. In fact, I saw the breakdown of the budget. The budget booklets have been brought to be distributed to senators. So our attention should be there on what to do to our people. This matter is before court of law, and we shall allow the court to deal with the matter. In fact, Section 40 of our rule is clear about that. If a matter is before court of law, we shall allow the court to take care of it. The judiciary now to play its role, so that whatever comes out of it is what we are going to work on. So in this respect, I want to put the motion to vote. Those in favor of the motion moved by the Senate leader and seconded by the minority leader, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
I needed to let you know that I deeply, deeply appreciate the vote of confidence was on my leadership. And this is coming almost twice in the last 6 weeks. In 2 weeks? In the last 2 weeks. It's it's good to err on the part of surplusage. It's important for the public to know that my colleagues are together, the Senate is one, and bonded together by destiny and by God Almighty through elections. The 10th Senate is together, united in purpose. It's also important for the public to know that whatever decision we arrive at here is unanimous. And I recall the last decision we took, and which concerned one of our sisters here, the senior Senator Natasha Bochu-Duagan. I'm also aware that when she left the chambers, she went to Brekete Radio, and she went to Arise Television, and she distorted the facts. I'm aware further that she has now externalized the matter by attempting to embarrass the Federal Republic of Nigeria by going to give a narrative at the IPU UN event, totally different from what occurred in the Senate. But I want to thank our Right Honorable Member, Kafilat, right? That's her name. Kafilat Okwara, who had to give a press conference in New York to caution the international press not to vilify Nigeria, but to note that the facts presented by her were totally out of tune with what occurred in the Nigerian parliament, and that we have our own internal mechanisms of resolving issues in Nigeria. And outside this parliament, we also have the judiciary, which is even standing before the judiciary. So I don't know why even here, she has brought a petition, and she has not allowed us to even look into it. She went to court, and then she has not allowed the court to look into it. She has gone to the international community, and she may not even allow the international community to look into it. She may decide to run to I don't know where. I don't want to be misquoted, but the reality is that we remain resolute. We are law-abiding. We operate through the rules of the Senate, which is an extension of the powers and privileges given to us by the ground norm, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We still are open to making sure that we remain in peace, and we left room for her to recognize that what she's doing may even frighten a lot of men in future from even appointing or selecting female deputy governors. You can imagine if somebody like Kamala, the immediate past vice president of the United States, were to go on CNN to say that Biden, the president, sexually assaulted her by shaking her hand or by holding her hand to show her the office of the president, then automatically it means that nobody will pick another woman as vice president.